All right, buenos dias. So in this week's Perashat, as we get ready for Shabbat, Perashat Toledot, we read about the formation of a nation, although it's just an individual person, not a just, but we're talking about Yaakov Avinu. And the contrast, as Rabbi Benchlouch and our commentators bring, the contrast between Yaakov and Esav. So when they were born, it was very, very hard to distinguish between them. They appeared to be the same, although there were some signs that Esav was Edomi, he was red. Now, some believe that he had red hair, but it really wasn't that. According to commentators, his skin appeared to have been a little bit more colorful. Right. But what we learn from that is something very interesting. When they later on, when they grew up, the children grew up a little bit. Esav was a man that knew how to hunt. He was a man of the field. And what that could mean is that literally he knew how to hunt. He could go about and hunt, and he was in the field. That was his inclination. But our sages teach us on a deeper level, according to Rabbi Benchlouch, a man of the field, that all his life, his focus, his approach, and his interest was the sadeh, the ground, the ground. And also by his name is Edom. Edomi is from or connected to Adamah, to the Adamah. And so, although Yaakov Avinu also stood and walked and lived on the ground and had food from the ground, but he wasn't a man of the ground. He wasn't a man of the Adamah. He wasn't a man of the Sadeh, of the field. They both had similar needs, but they each had different things that they focused on. And perhaps one of the first lessons from the Perashat is that Am Yisrael, the descendants of Yaakov Avinu, choose to have their focus on things that are higher and greater, on spirituality, on Torah, on mitzvot, even though we live on the ground, just like residing with the Esav idea, but we are not living by the flagship of Esav, which is the Adamah. And Am Yisrael is blessed to have the ability to have the Torah. As the sages teach us, the Torah was pre-existent before the world was created. And even though there wasn't the giving of the Torah, Abraham, Yitzchak, Yaakov, they had the concepts of the Torah. They were taught the concepts of the Torah through prophecy, and so they had the ability to hold on to that. And perhaps that first notion is what can lead us into the parasha and into this very special Shabbat of holding on to the mitzvot, holding on to the Torah, and B'ezrat Hashem that will lead us into blessings. Amen.